Chiefs are giving up a lot of yards, but first and third down are also very good in the red zone. What is it about their plan that gets teams off the field?
Obviously they're scoring a lot of points. I mean, statistically they're giving up yards, but man, they're doing really well on third down. They're getting teams in third and long. Obviously they can rush the passer. They've got some guys that can get after the quarterback. So, and they're solid in the back end. I mean, they've got some veteran guys who've played a lot back there, and I mean, they give you a lot of different looks. Being the first time in this division playing them, obviously I'm excited to get in here. What we've learned so far, what we're studying so far, the game plan we've got in so far, I've really enjoyed it. So, I'm excited to get out there on Monday night. We got a really, really good challenge for us.
Okay, so how's the knee feeling, especially after playing a full game on it? Are there any limitations with it?
I felt really good today. It's getting better every day. Training room, those guys, Greg Vince, all those guys in there have done a tremendous job. Trying to get here early, work with those guys. I can't ever beat those guys in there. They're in there early. They work their tails off. So I'm really glad that they're here, helping me get back to 100%.
Where are you with how you played? And I only ask because I know you have high expectations, but where are you kind of with how you played and getting this new offense and kind of coming to understanding this offense?
At times I'm where I want to be, but at times I'm not. So I guess you could say overall, I'm still a long way from where I want to be. I feel like this offense can be really, 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 really good, and at times we are, and at times we're moving, we're rolling. And other times, for whatever reason, we're getting off the field, and I think that just keep building. We're keep building this house. We built a great foundation. Every day we come out here, we're learning something new. We're talking through new things, and great communication with the coaches, with Bill, with Mike, those guys, with receivers, tight ends, all those guys, and it's been really good to build. Just keep building this offense.
Okay, so with the rule emphasis, where now you can't drive into a quarterback as he goes to the ground when you sack him, have you noticed a difference between the way defensive players approached it last year versus early on this year?
Just from what I've seen around the league, just from the conversations that, you can't help but notice some of the highlights and stuff they've shown. It's the rules of the game, and that's, we're required to play by the rules, and that's how it is. We don't decide the rules. That's somebody else. So, for us, we're just trying to, apply the rules, and there's new things every year. I mean, it applies differently to different people. I remember when the cadence thing, the quarterbacks, you couldn't do your hands, and you learn to adjust and play. It's not my job to debate all that.
I guess I don't mean to ask you what your opinion is on it, but personally, have you noticed a difference in how defensive players sack you and take you to the ground?
Not really. I don't think so. I guess you'd have to ask them if they're approaching it differently.
Were you okay after the hit that led to the fumble that led to Lindsey's ejection? It looked like.
Yeah, it happened so fast. And he came from my blind side there, so happened fast. And the ball, it was like the ball. He obviously knocked the ball. The player has played a long time. He knows, when a quarterback's not watching to go for the ball in the sack. So happened so fast. I kind of was like looking up the board to see what had happened.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if whiplashed a little.
No. Yeah, bodies flying around. Obviously, guys diving in the the pile. So somebody else told me that I looked kind of weird, but I guess I just didn't know. I was like, whoa. I'm trying to look up and figure out what had happened.
Okay.
What kind of words of encouragement did you have for Garett Bolles after he had a rough outing against Baltimore?
I think Garrett's a great player. He is so talented. As far as left tackles I've gone that I've played with, man, I've got so much trust in him. And I think he's just kept getting better. From the time that I've been here. So, and I know that's true from what I've heard, just from his progression from last year. So, we're all learning, we're all growing, we're making mistakes, but, we're learning from those mistakes, and I think he is too. So, I just encourage him and, that we all believe in him. I mean, there's no, I don't ever think there's anything extra to say just because, he's our guy, he's our teammate, he's in the huddle, he's, one of the 11, and, man, we have all the faith in the world in him.
I realize you're probably more focused on their defense, but just from another quarterback's perspective, what have you seen out of Patrick Mahomes so far?
I haven't watched a lot of film. I don't think our opponents have overlapped yet, but man, it's been fun to see just the highlights and what he's doing, and obviously he's seeing the field well right now. Being a guy that's played for Cliff Kingsbury, another guy that he reps pretty hard. I've really appreciated just a guy like that doing well. So I'm excited for him. Obviously, for 3 hours on Sunday, 3.5 hours on Sunday, we're going to be playing against him. But he's a great guy. So I wish him well.
As you watch film around the league, are you noticing more and more elements of the quick game in the air raid offense being used by some teams?
Yeah, it's a mixture. It kind of got hot last year in the playoffs with Foles and the Eagles doing some of that stuff. I think everybody wanted to call every quick pass an RPO. And there's a lot of different types of those type plays. So it's hard to know exactly what you're doing if you're not in the offense running it. So. I think it's whatever gets the ball down the field. Different players, different coaches, see things different ways, and there's a lot of different ways of doing it. So I don't know if I've seen more or not. It just depends on the team and the offense.
When you see a team like the Chiefs, do you look at it like, hey, this could be a shootout, we need our best offensively, or maybe we play keep away to try to limit their possessions a little bit? Is there a balance somewhere in between?
I think a lot of that's on the coaches, as far as game plan and play calling, and how they want to approach that. For me, there's nothing I can do, to defend their offense except keep them on the sidelines. So for us, it's converting third downs. It's making first downs, scoring points, keeping their offense on the sideline. We got confidence in our defense to stop them, especially when we really need them to, just like we've done all year. But, I think our best defense is when Von's over on the sideline with pumping the crowd up, and I'm out there trying to get him to be quiet, so while we're moving down the field. That's, just trying to keep doing that.
Why do you think it's taken so long for elements of the air raid to take hold, and only now are you seeing air raid quarterbacks like Mayfield, Mahomes, and yourself coming into the league and having success?
It's hard to say. There's been other quarterbacks that have, been a part of different spread offenses that have come and done well. I think Breeze, he was throwing the ball all over the place in college. And you can go back probably, to other guys as well. But, it's a different game up here. It's a different speed, different style of play, different guys. But I don't know. It's hard to say.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.